October 25th, 2025, Las Vegas, Nevada. The air in the T-Mobile Arena was electric, crackling with a kind of anticipation that only a true clash of titans can generate. In one corner, you had the legend, the man they call one time, Keith Thurman, a former unified welterweight champion, a veteran with a resume that reads like a who's who of modern boxing. His power is legendary, his ring IQ is off the charts, and he was stepping back into the spotlight to prove that class is permanent. In the other corner, a literal giant of the division, the 6'6" anomaly, Sebastian, the towering Inferno, a fighter who defies convention, all limbs and angles, with a relentless, come-forward style that has overwhelmed so many before. This wasn't just a fight, it was a question posed to the sport itself. Can timeless skill and experience overcome a seemingly insurmountable physical advantage? Size versus experience? Youth versus wisdom. The towering Inferno versus one time. The stage was set for a night we would never forget. From the very first bell, you could see the puzzle each fighter was trying to solve. Fundora, true to form, immediately established his jab. It wasn't just a jab. It was a pole! A Bataran Grama, keeping Thurman at a distance where he couldn't unleash his famous power. He followed it with long, looping hooks and straight rights, creating a forest of punches that Thurman had to navigate just to get close. The strategy was clear. Use that incredible 8-inch reach advantage to control every single second of the fight from the outside. But Keith Thurman isn't just any fighter. He's a master of movement and timing. In those opening rounds, we saw the Thurman of old, slipping under the jab, rolling with the right hand, and looking for that perfect moment to explode. He was a coiled spring, moving his head, feinting, trying to draw Fundora in, and make him pay for any mistake. He'd dart in, land a hard body shot, and pivot out before Fundora could answer. It was a fascinating game of cat and mouse, or perhaps more accurately, mongoose and cobra. Thurman was trying to get inside the long arms of Fundora, while Fundora was trying to keep him on the end of his punches. The first few rounds were tight, a chess match fought with leather gloves, each man having moments of success. As we moved into the third and fourth rounds, the dynamic began to shift. Fundora's confidence grew. He wasn't just jabbing. He was walking Thurman down. The sheer volume of punches was starting to take effect. Even the shots that Thurman blocked were heavy, thudding against his arms and gloves, slowly draining his energy. You could see Fundora getting into a rhythm, throwing combinations of 4, 5, even 6 punches. It's a suffocating style, and few in the world can prepare for it. But then, in the 5th round, we saw the flash of brilliance that made Keith Thurman a star. Fundora got a little too aggressive, leaning in with a right hand, and Thurman, seeing the opening for a split second, pivoted and uncorked a lightning-fast counter right hook. It landed flush on Fundora's chin, and for the first time in the fight, the towering Inferno was visibly stunned. His legs did a little dance, and the crowd roared to life. Thurman, smelling blood, pressed the attack, landing another hard left hook. For a moment, it looked like the veteran's experience and power might just be the deciding factor. Fundora had to clinch, to hold on, using his size to smother Thurman's attack and survive the round. It was a stark reminder. You could be winning a fight for 2 minutes and 59 seconds. But against one time, that 1 second can change everything. That moment of danger seemed to awaken something in Fundora. He came out for the 6th round, not with caution, but with renewed ferocity. He knew he couldn't let Thurman dictate the pace or plant his feet. The work rate went from high to almost inhuman. He was throwing everything. Jabs to the head, jabs to the body, uppercuts on the inside, hooks around the guard. It was a relentless assault. Thurman was forced onto the back foot, spending more and more time against the ropes. He was still landing sharp counters, making Fundora pay for his aggression, but they were becoming less frequent. The constant pressure was physically and mentally exhausting. The middle rounds, 7, 8, and 9, became a war of attrition. This was no longer a chess match, it was a trench war. Fundora's face was marked up, a testament to Thurman's accuracy, but Thurman was visibly slowing down. The non-stop barrage from the bigger man was taking its toll. The pop on Thurman's punches seemed to diminish, and his brilliant head movement became just a little less sharp. Fundora, on the other hand, looked like he could maintain this pace all night. His engine is truly something special. He was leaning on Thurman in the clinches, using his weight and punishing him to the body whenever he had the chance. It was a methodical, brutal breakdown. The giant was chopping down the mighty oak, one swing at a time. You have to give immense credit to the heart of Keith Thurman. He never stopped trying, never stopped looking for that one perfect shot, but he was fighting against a rising tide. Then came the 10th round. The beginning of the end. Thurman, knowing he was likely down on the scorecards, tried to summon one last surge. He came forward, looking to land a fight-changing blow, but in doing so, he stepped right into Fundora's wheelhouse. As Thurman dipped to his left, looking to load up a right hand, Fundora saw it coming. He timed it perfectly and fired a devastating right uppercut that snapped Thurman's head back. The shot landed with a sickening thud that echoed through the arena. Thurman was badly hurt. His legs were gone. Fundora, sensing the finish, immediately pounced. He didn't get wild. He stayed disciplined, unleashing a torrent of punches. A left hook, a straight right, another left. Thurman was trapped against the ropes, defenseless, with no answer for the onslaught. The referee, seeing Thurman was out on his feet and taking unanswered punishment, had no choice but to step in and wave off the fight. It was over. Sebastian, the towering Inferno Fundora, had won by TKO. As Fundora's corner flooded the ring in celebration, a respectful quiet fell over the crowd, acknowledging what they had just witnessed. They saw the coronation of a new force in boxing, a fighter whose unique physical gifts and relentless pressure present a problem that no one has yet been able to solve, but they also saw the valiant last stand of a true warrior. Keith Thurman left everything he had in that ring, fighting with the heart of a champion until the very end. In his post-fight interview, a triumphant Fundora was respectful, acknowledging the greatness of the man he had just defeated. He had passed the toughest test of his career and emerged not just victorious, but as a legitimate top-tier contender, a new giant casting a long shadow over the division. For Thurman, it was a tough pill to swallow, but he handled it with the grace and class of the legend he is. This fight wasn't just a TKO victory, it was a symbolic passing of the torch. The era of one time may be nearing its twilight, but the reign of the towering Inferno is just beginning. What a night. What a fight. Thank you so much for watching this breakdown. What did you think of the fight? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoy this kind of boxing analysis, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more content. We'll see you in the next one!